morning, everybody. I am Big Chuck, delighted to have you aboard the morning marathon on WCHN in Norwich, WDOS Oneonta, and WDLA AM in Walton. Well, it's that time of the morning where we head into our nostalgia corner. It could be any one of 4 different features for you this morning: the movie marquee, the TV time tunnel, the singer showcase, or the World War II file. Let's find out what it's going to be right now. Well, in our TV time tunnel this morning, that's where we're heading to, an old TV show. This is a... Do you remember this show? This was the silliest show. I really liked it a lot, though. I really, really did. You have to go way back on this one. In our TV time tunnel for you this morning, Car 54, Where Are You? Do you remember that show? A funny show. Let's take a look at it. It ran on NBC from 1961 to 1963. It ran for 60 episodes, filmed all in black and white. And great stuff. Just a funny show with a couple of funny guys. It was about 2 New York City police officers. They were based in a fictional precinct, the 53rd precinct in the Bronx, and of course Car 54 would be their patrol car. And the officers were wonderful, weren't they? Gunther Tootie, that was badge number 1432. That was Joe E. Ross, the actor. And Francis Muldoon, badge 723. That was Fred Gwynn. They were assigned to Car 54 in the fictional 53rd precinct. Tootie was the short, weird-looking, stocky, nosy, not very bright guy. He lived with his loud-mouthed, domineering wife, Lucille. Muldoon was tall, quiet, Irish, intelligent, reflective. He was the shy bachelor who lived with his mother and 2 younger sisters, who often eschewed the notion of being married. Beatrice Pons and Joe E. Ross starred as the husband and wife in Sergeant Bilko, and they brought their acting talents to this show, too. The themes were often drawn from the pair's incurable warm-heartedness and their differences. It sounds like The Odd Couple, an early version of The Odd Couple, doesn't it? Their futile attempts to get tough as cops in order to execute their police assignments. The story would resolve with a passion solution that left all parties happy. It was good stuff. Tootie was simple, and Muldoon was sweethearted, and the comedy conflict was great. It really, really was. Joe E. Ross was Officer Gunther Tootie. He was a comic and an actor known for his trademark, ooh, 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 ooh. Remember he did that? He did that for 50 years. Very funny guy. He was in movies. He was in other TV shows. He worked as a nightclub comic for years in the casino circuit. Joe E. Ross. And then, of course, beloved Fred Gwynn, of course, from Car 54, Where Are You? And he went on to even be more famous, I think, in The Munsters. Also did a number of very famous movies, too. He was in The Cotton Club and Pet Sematary and My Cousin Vinny and others. But look who also wandered in and out. Officer Schnauzer, played by Al Lewis. Al Lewis, who went on to be, of course, in The Munsters with his co-star in this show, Fred Gwynn. Al Lewis was in this. Charlotte Rae was in this, and she would go on to great fame in The Facts of Life on TV. She was in Car 54, where Nipsey Russell portrayed one of the first black officers on television. Nipsey Russell was in this show, too. Went on to become very, very familiar. Ossie Davis, another African-American officer in the show. So it was very, very, a lot of stars came through. A lot of guest stars. Hugh Downs, Sugar Ray Robinson, Mitch Miller, Margaret Hamilton, the witch from The Wizard of Oz, Charles Nelson Riley, Oscar winner Maureen Stapleton, Larry Storch, all of these folks, and Wally Cox and Tom Bosley and many others all dropped by to say hi on a very, very funny show, Car 54, Where Are You? It's a good show. The cars in the show, the TV show's police cars on location shots were actually bright red and white, which appears as the proper shade of gray for an NYPD car when it was filmed in black and white. New NYPD cars of that era were black and green with a white roof and trunk. 2 Plymouth Savoys were used as the title vehicle. 61 Savoy in the first season and a 63 Savoy in the second season. And who could forget the theme song? There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broken out in fights, traffic. We all know that. It was very funny, and it's interesting when you hear the theme song because it refers to so many things back in the day. Khrushchev's duet Idlewild. Who the heck was Khrushchev? Well, we remember him as Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev, who was coming in 1960 to New York's Idlewild. Well, that's not Idlewild Airport anymore, is it? And he was heading to the UN General Assembly. It won some Primetime Emmy Awards. It did. It was not for acting, but it did win 6 Emmy Awards. The show aired from 8:30 to 9 on NBC following a great lead-in show for sure, Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color. That was the lead-in show. So there you have it. It went into syndication on cable channels. Nick at Night ran on there for almost 15 years, Comedy Central, and many, many more. It was made into a movie. Car 54, Where Are You? In 1994. The movie was awful. It was David Johansen as Tootie, and his co-star as Muldoon was Rosie O'Donnell. One of the big box office bombs of the year in 1994. However, for those of us that went and saw that stinker, it was kind of nice because 2 of the original cast members of the TV show were brought back into the 1994 movie. Nipsey Russell as Officer Anderson and Al Lewis as Officer Leo Schnauzer were brought back 30 years later. So there you have it. That is our TV time tunnel for you this morning. A wonderful, fun show and a great memory. Car 54, Where Are You?
Up in the Bronx, Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child, Khrushchev's doing Idlewild. Car 54, where are you? There's a holdup in the Bronx, Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child, Khrushchev's doing Idlewild. Car 54, where are you?
And that's Big Chuck's Nostalgia Corner for this morning. This morning, the TV Time Tunnel and Car 54, Where Are You? I am Big Chuck, and I'll be right back. Stay with me, gang. Good morning.